TFL EV is brought to you by Flow Charger, maker of reliable, high-quality charging stations for your electric vehicle. Hey, Andre, we've got some breaking news direct from Stockholm, Sweden.
Yes.
There's a new building?
Yes, we have new...
No, there's a new EV, Andre, and it's a Volvo, and it's a 2024 Volvo EX90 SUV.
All electric, dude.
Yeah, all electric. 3-row was just unveiled in Stockholm, and we're doing a special episode of Andre's Garage to give you everything you need to know about it, including horsepower, performance, battery size, charging, and competition. So let's get to it, but let's show them the coolest thing first, which are these funky Thor's hammer headlights.
Yeah, so you've seen this on the Volvo before, right? The signature, but...
Yeah, this is supposed to be Thor's hammer, right?
Yes, but they're taking it to the next level. Watch.
Look at that.
Did you see that? Did you notice?
I noticed that there's like little eyelids that open up to reveal the headlights.
Let me replay that.
Replay it again, would you?
Here. Whoa.
Now, of course, this kind of headlight show is not new. The Cadillac Lyriq does it. The Mercedes-Benz EQS does it as well. But this is the first time where there's actually a mechanical aspect to it. So I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, I love Volvo design in general, and I think they're taking it kind of to the next level, but still kind of minimalist, right? Minimal design.
Yeah, so let's show them the entire car. Speaking of design.
Yes.
So let's see what it looks like. There you go. And it does look very much like the gas-powered version, right? That's been around a while now.
Yeah, and why shouldn't it, right? It's a good shape.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the wheels are probably going to be more aero, and so is the rest of the car. But in general, this is, a car that we've seen in a form that we've seen. So let's talk about the most important thing in my mind, and that is, of course, the power output. So there's going to be two versions of this car. There's going to be the standard one, which is going to produce 402 horsepower and 568 pound-foot of torque, and it's good for 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. But there's more, Andre.
Yes, is there going to be a higher performance one?
Yeah, there'll be a performance version as well, and that one's going to have 496 horsepower, 671 pound-foot of torque, and a 0 to 60 time. Get this, how fast do you think?
4-ish?
Close, 4.7.
Okay.
Now, that all comes from a 111 kilowatt-hour battery, and they haven't announced the EPA range yet, but we're guessing about 300 miles of range.
Yeah, so what does this compete against, right? Because the shape is familiar, it looks like a Volvo. I want to find some interior pictures, okay?
Yeah, you go. You go for it, and I'll talk about the competition.
Yeah, competition, really quick.
So obviously, it competes with the old standby Tesla Model X, which is a 3-row, the car that we just have at the office. So we're going to have a lot of cool videos coming up with the Rivian R1S,
yep,
which is a 3-row sedan. And what else does it compete with that's electric that's 3 rows?
Well, did you say Model X?
Yeah, I said the Model X
okay.
already.
Well, the EQS Mercedes, right?
Yes, the EQS SUV Mercedes as well.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of pricing, we're looking at under $80,000. They haven't announced, exact pricing, but under.
Yeah, but if you look at some of those vehicles you just mentioned, the EQS SUV is more expensive. The Model X would be more expensive. The R1S, we have a kind of an all-terrain version of it, off-road version. That's $100,000.
Yes.
What do you think about the interior?
I think the interior is very Volvo. It's very minimalist and very, kind of the next evolution of their infotainment system, it looks like. I like Volvo interiors. They managed to do something, and so does Polestar, right, which is kind of their premium brand, that's hard to do, and that is make something minimalist and make it look premium at the same time. Those are not easy things to do.
Yeah, because also Tesla has a similar approach, but Tesla now looks dated.
Yeah, right. Whereas this looks...
Yeah, this looks pretty nice.
Yeah, now let's talk about charging. Volvo says up to 250 kilowatts of charging speed, which is about as fast as you can get. The Hummer EV that we have is a little bit quicker. Porsche Taycan is in that same speed rating now. They're saying it's bi-directional, which means that the power can go both ways, but I think that's the new European. European is on CCS2. Which is a different standard. We got CCS1 here. I think CCS2 is bidirectional, so most cars, at least new cars in Europe, will also have bidirectional charging.
But other vehicles here, like the F-150 Lightning, right, has a power export feature. So I think that's very important. The battery size, did we mention that yet?
Yeah, I did. I talked about it, 111 kilowatt hours. It's going to be built in Ridgeville, South Carolina. So built in America.
Right here, yes.
And eventually Volvo's saying that they're going to build one in China as well. But right now, built right here in the good old US of A. Now, you know availability?
Yes, they're saying you could order them next year, and they're going to be on sale in early 2024. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we're still quite a ways away in terms of, well, there you go, that's how they did the headlights.
How much do you think that costs?
Probably as much as a Hummer taillight, which is, I think, anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000. Gosh, help you if you have a fender bender in that car.
Yeah, if your light is broken. Oh, by the way, what about LiDAR and all the driver assistance technologies?
Yeah, for all of you Tesla fans out there, you might not like this next part, but Tesla has actually gone away from using redundancy in their sensing, right?
Autonomous systems.
Yeah, so Tesla uses cameras, and the problem with cameras is since they're not like our eyes, it's very hard to judge distance. So most cars use both cameras and those ultrasonic little beepers, right, that you see in the bumper.
Yeah, and radars and LiDARs, right.
Right, not LiDAR, it's those little, yeah. But
Sure.
Volvo is taking it to the next level, which is actually LiDAR. So Volvo says in their press release that the reason they're doing LiDAR is it allows them to get a better sense of what's around the vehicle. Up to, I think they said 150 feet away from the vehicle, they can tell pedestrians, they can tell cyclists, they can tell, I think, even animals. And so they have now potentially more than double redundancy built into the sensing of the car. And that's pretty cool because I think that's going to be the first application. I know BMW is also moving to LiDAR, but they've said that they're not going to bring the LiDAR system to America. And I think that has to do with like state laws here in America. So some states are still a little funky about like use of LiDAR.
And this is shown the front of the car right above the windshield.
Yeah.
So the little hump.
But as you know, Volvo is all about safety. So it would make sense that they'd be one of the first companies to actually employ LiDAR. And I'm happy that they're doing it. What worries me, of course, is that we're certainly moving quickly into autonomous driving, which is good until you no longer can take control of the car because there it is, it's right there. Because some government entity decides that when you come downtown, you have to go completely autonomous. So we are heading into those politically and I think from a car enthusiast point of view, troubling waters.
And it has to do with everything, right? There's like laws for and against laser headlights, right? There's laws for and against, the size of the mirror. So there's a lot of regulations there. But I'm really happy that, Volvo is taking it kind of to the next level. I'm hoping, all those features will be legal in the US, right?
Well, there you have it, guys. Your first and I think pretty comprehensive look at the brand new 2024 Volvo EX90 SUV. By the way, it's about 3 inches longer than the
XC90.
90.
Yeah, and by the way, it has hidden door handles, so the door handles pop out
when you approach it, yeah.
Right, and fold back in.
That's becoming kind of a electric car cliche now.
Well, it's supposed to be aerodynamic, right?
Yeah.
But what happens in the snow and the ice storm when it ices over and everything is covered in ice?
They get a lot of snow and ice in Sweden, so hopefully
they probably tested it?
They took it up to the Arctic Circle and made sure that those things pop up when you approach them. I like to actually, BMW just did this in their new 7, where the door is actually open for you as well.
Yep.
And it's got a little bit of a frunk too.
But not a huge one. Look at that.
Yeah,
not a huge one.
But unlike Mercedes, they actually allow you to open it.
Yes,
which is great.
Mercedes does not.
Does not, yeah.
So let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you like the styling? Do you not like the styling? What do you think about the taillights too? It almost looks like a sedan. It's at some level, just the lower part of it.
I think Ford would call that the giant C clamp.
Okay, and that's fine.
If they stuck it in their headlights in their truck.
Yes.
Yes. We're going to have, by the way, a lot coming up with the new Rivian SUV. Andre just did a drag race against the Hummer EV, and we're going to do something really unique, which we have never done before, and that is a charging drag race, Andre. So we're going to put the Rivian up next to the Hummer EV. We're going to plug them into 2 350 chargers and see which one can suck up the most juice. So it's going to be the world's
stationary,
the world's most stationary drag race, but just for you EV fans out there, because, well, it's a whole new world, and so we want to break the mold and come up with new ways of figuring out which is better. And let's face it, that really gets to how much as you know, I just spent 46 hours and 46 minutes cannonballing from coast to coast. So I'm very familiar with charging now and how important it is to get as much energy into a car as quickly as possible.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us. And alltfl.com is where you'll find everything automotive in one place.
Ciao.